Hello and welcome to The Gay Today. I'm Sue Gives a Fuck, and I really do. Dangerous. The UK government has faced criticism over severe shortages of coronavirus tests, ventilators and protective equipment. This week, Germany conducted more tests than the UK has done since the crisis began. So, why is the UK so behind in its response to the virus? Well, speaking on behalf of the government, Michael Gove this week took a leaf out of Donald Trump's book and appeared to blame China.
We've been increasing the number of tests over the course of the last month. It was the case, you were absolutely right, that the first case of coronavirus in China was established in December of last year, but it was also the case that some of the reporting from China was not clear about the scale, the nature, the infectiousness of this.
Michael Gove there following government guidelines by socially distancing himself from the truth. A quick fact check. On the 23rd of January, China goes into lockdown. On the 30th of January, the WHO declares a state of emergency. In February, all other major European countries enforce social distancing regulations. In March...
I was at a hospital the other night where I think there were actually a few coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody.
The real people's princess. Because just as Diana Spencer taught us that you can't catch AIDS through a handshake, Boris taught us that you definitely can catch corona.
I've taken a test that has come out positive.
Very happy with his key stage 2 results there. Well done, Boris. Glad you're using the time well. So, if it isn't China, why is it that the UK was left playing catch-up? Well, it's because for 2 months, the government's policy was this.
Smite me, almighty smiter!
Under the guidance of the Chief Medical Officer, the UK adopted a policy that defied World Health Organization guidance and that was condemned by quite literally every country in the world.
Allow enough of us who are going to get mild illness to become immune to this, to help with the sort of whole population response which would protect everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that herd immunity, I know you talked about yesterday when you were appearing with the Prime Minister. In terms of building up a herd immunity within the UK, what sort of percentage of people need to have contracted the virus?
Probably about 60%.
Herd immunity. The idea that if we all just shut up and get it, then we'll all either be immune or dead. And if you're dead, well, that's on you because you really should have had a second home in the country. It wasn't until the 16th of March when researchers at Imperial College London predicted that 250,000 people would die under the government's herd immunity plan that the government changed course. So why are we 2 months behind everyone else?
China.
This situation has left the government scrambling to find equipment that hasn't already been snapped up by other countries. Compounding the issue, the EU offered Britain the chance to buy ventilators and the UK didn't reply? I get it, someone once offered me a kidney and I said, I'm sorry, do you mind? Poll Talk's on. First, Boris Johnson said it was because we're leaving the EU. You know, I guess that he didn't want all those foreign ventilators coming over here, stealing our carbon dioxide, pumping us full of sauerkraut. Then Michael Gove said it was actually because he missed the email. I mean, when incompetence is your good side. Then 2 private companies told BBC reporters that they had offered to switch production to manufacturing ventilators and the government hadn't replied. Here's Michael Gove chairing a meeting to discuss this issue. Keir Starmer has won the Labour leadership election. In an impassioned speech, he described himself as Ed Miliband, but with slightly better hair. I'm not a gay icon, I'm just depressed.